Hi there, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our weekend weather update, plus a look at Waitangi Day. Well, with our big storm moving away, we've got some of the leftovers now, and this animated wind map really does explain it all for you. We've put in here the air pressure. So the dark areas in purple, that's low air pressure, and the highs, they're in the yellow and white zones here. So for the last few weeks or months, we've actually had a lot of the high pressure around us. Now you can clearly see what this storm has done. This is it here. This is the Ex-cyclone down here in the Southern Ocean, but you'll notice here there's another low pressure system. It's a bit like an eddy in a stream that's kind of stuck around the rocks, and that's this one here. It's a very deep but very small area of low pressure, and it's going to continue the rain, and it's going to move up the western side, reaching Auckland by about lunchtime on Saturday. Then it kind of falls apart and you get all the showers left over from it. So we are not in for a totally dry, sunny weekend everywhere. We've still got the remnants of this. A storm to the northeast, that's not going to affect us, but look at all this low air pressure over the country. So while we do have some high pressure waiting in the wings later next week, we've got a bit more tropical weather to deal with as well later next week too. So we'll give you all the information in a moment. Let's have a look now at the weekend. This is Saturday itself. So there is that small area of low pressure I just mentioned that was down near the west coast in the wind map there. So it's moving up the coastline. It'll fall apart around Auckland, and it'll leave behind a few showers, bit of cloud, but you can also see plenty of dry spells as well. So it's not raining for everybody, but there could be a few downpours as that moves in. Southerly coming in on the eastern side of the North Island, that brings in a few showers for you still, and lower temperatures, much cooler for a number of places on Saturday, and just a couple of showers lingering here. Drying out in Dunedin, that is the good news. A dry day today for the most part, dry Saturday as well. All right, Sunday. That low that moved up around Auckland has almost gone. This is it here. So just a little bit of sinking air pressure, but it leaves behind some wet weather as the southerly that was up around Gisborne curves around and comes in as an easterly now for the Auckland area and Northland. So there'll be a bit of rain and shower activity in the north, but it's a bit of a 50-50 line between those who have dry, those who have some wet weather. Many other North Island areas are dry, and in the South Island, a little bit more shower activity moving up the west coast there, but it won't be as rough. The winds are dying down, so those big tides you're getting at the moment, they shouldn't be so problematic by the time we reach Sunday. And it's dry around Canterbury and still in Otago. Let's get to Monday. Now those showers that were sitting around Northland and Auckland on Sunday, they drift further down the country on Monday. So there could be a few heavier downpours into the afternoon when we add in that daytime heating. Meanwhile, in the south, a little bit of life. There's a cold front coming in. There's already been snow today, by the way, around the mountains around Queenstown. There'll be a wee bit more coming in on Sunday night as this southerly comes in. Rain returns to the west coast, but it is mainly dry and warmer again along the east coast. And then we end on Waitangi Day. This is how it looks. There's actually quite a lot in this map, but I'll just start off with the New Zealand version of what we're getting. So around the country here, southerlies, it is a cold day. There'll be some snow on the mountains, and there'll be showers down here around Southland. It's definitely much cooler than it has been, and there's no heat wave going on, that's for sure. In the north, a few showers left over. It might be a wee bit warmer in the north, so in the afternoon with the heating, some of those showers could get a little bit heavy, but overall, it's mostly dry in most of those big holiday spots, and dry in Waitangi as well. So if you're going away for the 4-day weekend, some people are taking the Monday off, you'll find that the weather is dry in many places like Bay of Islands, Coromandel Peninsula, Bay of Plenty, Gisborne, Hawke's Bay, and probably Queenstown as well, although it will be a little bit cold. Now I did say there's quite a lot on this map, so this gives you a hint as to what is going on later next week. Look at this enormous high out here over Australia. That is moving in. It is heading in towards the South Island. It'll push away all that weather as next week goes on, so the warmth is going to come back. Not as much as we've just had though, nothing up around the mid-30s, but you could be getting back into the mid-20s for some areas. That's one of the things that are on this map. There are three things. That's number one, the high. Number two, the cold snap there in that blue line indicates that this is a significant cold southerly for this time of the year. So you're going to be pretty chilly down here in southern areas. And the third feature is this red line up in the corner. That is indicating lower air pressure sinking down out of the tropics, which means we are thinking that there could be another tropical low, even a tropical storm up north of New Zealand. Now that's not saying it'll come to us, but there's life up there later next week. So we could be seeing a return of easterlies and then winds picking up and another low in the north. We're not saying it's a storm coming back, but there could be some storms further north of the country just to keep an eye on. That is all from me. It's been a very busy few days. I hope you're all doing okay. We'll catch you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.